Yeah. So this is the thing. So this is actually a scoop, which I hope is proven true. It's a new source. So with that caveat, right? So I have a new source inside of Amazon, confirmed that they work within Amazon and would have access to this information. They've given me this very interesting thing. I don't know if any of you are fans of Invincible, the comic book and the cartoon, which is about a family of superheroes that has a dark secret. Because I think the dad superhero is actually not a good guy. And that's and that's the realization that the son superhero discovers. But it's a very very popular comic, and it's a very popular actually show on Amazon. And so this is a scoop from this news source that came through to me, and it hasn't been confirmed anywhere yet. But if you want to read it, let's. I hope this turns out to be true, but that's what they're telling me.
From Cameron Pasha's Patreon, it reads, those of you who are fans of Invincible, the acclaimed animated series on Amazon Prime Video, will be very happy to hear that plans are moving forward for a live action version of the show, and many of the original voice actors are intended to reprise their roles. That's interesting. According to Cardinal, our news source at Amazon, the popular animated show about Mark Grayson, a teenage superhero whose family carries a dark secret, is slated to move forward in the live action format. The writer, Robert Kirkman, who did The Walking Dead, has been working on this plan for 2 years, and his growing popularity of the comics and the show among Amazon viewers finally got the executives to greenlight the live action version. Cardinal says as of now, the voice actors are intended to reprise their roles in this live action include Sandra Oh, who plays Mark's mother, Debbie Grayson, Jillian Jacobs, who plays Samantha Eve Wilkins, aka superheroine Adam Eve, Zachary Quinto, if you remember him, he played
Spock.
Spock, right, in those movies, who plays Rudy Connors as aka superhero robot. Well, let me just finish this whole thing. It's pretty
Yeah.
short. While Cardinal cannot confirm yet, they believe there is a strong chance that the leads of the animated show, Stephen Yoon, who also voices Mark Grayson, aka superhero Invincible, and J.K. Simmons, who voices Mark's father, Noah Grayson, superhero, aka superhero Omni Man, are likely to reprise their roles as well. That would be a great cast. To my knowledge, this has not yet been announced in any of the trades, so our news source Cardinal brings us truly breaking news. Are any of you fans of the comics and animated show? If so, do you think a live action version will do it justice? Before you start, this is just on the Cardinal. This you're saying this is a new
Hmm.
um, source.
Yeah.
How do you vet that on any level?
Well, they were introduced to me by a mutual friend I trust very closely, right? And then
There you
and
go.
then and so yeah. At the end of the day, all you can do is you find out, okay, do they really work there? This is who they are. Okay, are they telling you the truth? Do they have access to the information they're claiming to? You can't know, right? And so I have other sources that have over time been proven to be largely correct. This is always a risk that you take. When I got my very famous or infamous source Sparrow, first time I put it out there, I didn't even give them a code name. I just like, this is what I'm hearing. I hope it's right. And over time, they would reveal things that would largely prove true. Sometimes it may take a year for that to be proven true, but it would. So let's. That's what they're telling me. I've confirmed that they're in that position. Hopefully, they're not giving me misinformation, and we'll find out soon enough if this gets announced. I know there's people in the chat saying that the animated show is ongoing, and so why they're doing this. I mean, my guess would be that this would not be filmed or released until they finish the animated show, and then that's my guess. But there we do know that J.K. Simmons, I'm sorry, not J.K. Simmons, the creator, the Robert Kirkman, has been saying in the press for about a year now that he would love to have a live action feature film on this, and that the time for that was coming. Um, I confirmed with Cardinal, the two sources. I said, "Do you mean a feature film?" They said, "No. What they're working on right now is a series, so not a feature film." So that's what I have as of today, and I'm already seeing people in the chat have a broad range of opinions on that.
Fletcher, what are your thoughts?
No, and I think I think Collider had a story about it a little bit ago that Kirksman was talking about, waiting until the animated
Mhm.
feature was done before they start doing anything about the series. But yeah, there was been because they've been talking about it since it's very popular in the animated series. It did get like a really huge push. Right now, I think it's one of the most popular things right now on the network. Of them, and it's it's very popular. It's like bloody superheroes. It's like
Yeah, I enjoy it.
they did they did get a lot of support in the earlier episodes, I guess, of the boys. And it's
Mm.
Invincible. It is a little bit different on their take of it. It's more like, what if Superman was a little bit of a sadistic world leader, world superhero, and he had a son, and then his son tries to fight him, and then Krypton people come in, so it has like that kind of dark twist to it, and a lot of twists and turns
Yeah.
that Kirkman has been known for. Very violent, a la The Walking Dead.
Hmm.
So they've been shopping it, I think, around, and some people said the series was going to be like they were going to do a live action series, but I think like what Miss Pasha said, I think they're probably, since the animated series is doing so well, they might not want to muck it up and maybe go straight for a movie, you know. So that
So
makes sense.
yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, my understanding is the reason that that source says it out is that they've seen at least internal documentation suggesting this is moving forward. It's not just talk in like the coolers that they've seen. That's why they're able to list the actors that they believe are committed to the live action version, because there must be some kind of contractual stuff that's passing by that people are able to see, right? So it seems to be real in some fashion. When it would be released, whether it ends up being a TV project, as my source is kind of saying, or it becomes feature. A lot of that may, Jen Salke's out, so who knows what the hell the new people are going to do, right? And so they may flip this around. In the ideal situation, if Jen Salke is out, Kirkman would have more power because Ms. Salke, one of the reasons the creators found her very overbearing, right? And so Kirkman may be able to push through what he wants to do. Now, there may be a reason that this ended up coming to me at the same time that Salke is let go.
All right, well, there you have it. More great coverage. Check out Cameron Pasha's Patreon.
Yeah,
You
and
know, I like, listen. I liked. I remember seeing a couple episodes, but this is a good question over here from Jen.
Mhm.
Is does every animation need to become live action? Explain that to us from the business side, like from Hollywood side of it.
Well, it doesn't, because animation is generally less costly, right? It's easier
Hmm.
to make animation. When I've worked on one anime show so far, which is the Tron Uprising series. You can watch on Disney Plus, and it's fun. It's the first half is very good, and they fired me. The second half isn't that good, so just watch the first 6 episodes. But whatever. But yeah, so I mean, my experience. So I have a little bit of experience. I've worked in animation for a year, right? So I have a little bit of experience, and one of the reasons Disney was doing that was it was linking into the Tron sequel movie that had come out at the time, and this was their chance of building the franchise on a cheaper level. If anyone's been following my Patreon, I've been reporting for about 2 months now that Lucasfilm is cash strapped, which has now been confirmed because their budget for the new Mando and Grogu movie is substantially less than the previous Lucasfilm feature films. And I've been saying that because of the cash strapping, my source inside of Lucasfilm is like they're largely focusing on animated because it is more cost effective, right? For them focusing on animated shows for the immediate future while they try to put whatever money they have into this feature. So that's animation is cost control. So we don't everything doesn't have to be. In fact, in general, it's the safe way out, Jen. When the studio doesn't have the money to make the live action, my feeling is in this case, this is coming from Kirkman himself. He wants to do this. He's been talking about it in the press for over a year that he wants to do a live action version. Maybe that's from customer demand. Maybe that's from his own creative vision. But that's something that's not new to the table. This thing has been in Kirkman's mind as live action for a while. So if the show is a massive success, it certainly would justify creating live action if you can do it well. One of the challenges is that the actual actors doing the voices are older than the characters in the comic, who are who are high school kids, right?
That's a great point. Hmm.
Yeah. So if you did this, it would have to be either you're de-aging them, which is very expensive, or you are setting this in a different storyline from what we already know, which is maybe 15 years in the future, right, of these characters.